Okay, let's do Companion, which I went and saw, which has been sort of posters around again of Sophie Thatcher with white eyes, and it's got this tagline on it that says, "From the studio that brought you The Notebook and Barbarian." And I'm
She almost looked a bit like Priscilla as well.
Yes, yeah, it does actually. As they're clearly going for this, like, Valentine's Day, but also, Companion is...
So sorry, saying it's from The Notebook and Barbarian, it's like that's just a studio. Like
Yeah.
you could draw on any films you wanted to do that.
Okay.
That's also a really old film, The Notebook, that you're drawing.
I know that would be like, it's a twisted romance. But Companion is a film. We follow Iris, played by Sophie Thatcher, who was one of the Mormon missionaries in Heretic. That's the one I last see.
Nice.
Apparently, she's in the TV series Yellow Jackets, which is meant to be quite good. I've not seen that. She's very good in this. She plays Iris. And at the beginning of the film, we see Iris strolling through, a beautiful supermarket. She's got this kind of retro doll-like look on her with her kind of 60s get-up. And she has a meet cute with Jack Quaid at the orange stand in the supermarket. And she's like, I felt it was love at first sight. It was terrific. And then we cut to them driving, now into their relationship, driving to this massive mansion on a lake in the countryside in America. You have their actors like Lucas Gage and Rupert Friend, who is playing a very big, broad Russian billionaire who owns lake and talks like this and has a sleazy mullet and kind of looks like the guy who's in Clarkson's Farm, but with
the guy who can't speak English.
He looks a bit like that. Anyway, so they go, and it's a classic thing. It's friends hanging out, and it's Iris meeting sort of Jack Quaid's friends for the first time, and they're a little bit cold towards her. And Iris actually says to one of the friends at one point, like, "Why don't you like me?" And she's like, "It's not that I don't like you. I just don't like the idea of you. Okay, and it's just like being very rude." Anyway, she deeply in love with Jack Quaid, and so far so set up. But 20 minutes in, she's at the lake on her own. And Russian Rupert Friend turns up, and he's getting a little bit sleazy. He's getting a bit handsy, and he's like, wants her to rub sun cream on him, and etc. And also, she happens to have a switchblade in her pocket, which she doesn't realize anything. Anyway, one thing leads to another. This billionaire Russian dies horribly, and this triggers a set of circumstances because Iris comes back to the house and said, "Oh my God, I can't remember his name, Nikolai," so is dead. And they're like, oh my God. And she's like, I don't know, it happened. And then, again, a bit like Paradise, something happens, which I'm not going to reveal because I didn't know what was going to happen. And 25 minutes, half an hour into the film, it takes a turn. And I go, oh, okay, we're going to do this. All right, I wasn't expecting that. And what you get, if I can talk about it broadly, it's not a horror film. The best way to describe it is kind of Black Mirror-esque. Is what you get, okay? And you then have, like I said, it's a chain of events that have been set into motion with this billionaire's death that revolve around Iris and people turning on people. We're talking about it very broadly because I didn't know what the sort of switcheroo was going to be. Here's the thing. I said it's Black Mirror-like. It's an hour and 35 minutes. If it had been 60 minutes long, it probably would have been one of the best Black Mirror episodes there have ever been, right? An hour and 35, which is not long for a movie. It's a bit shallow, a bit of a stretch, and it doesn't quite ever click into being anything as exciting as it presents itself to be. It's got a great poster, a great font, great performances, and it never quite rose above that to think, this is really nifty. Whereas I think if it was placed within like a Black Mirror context, it would have been great.
I did like the post and the font.
There you go. I will say that whenever I found myself pulling out of the film and whenever I thought it was about to lose me, it would do something that would pull me back in, and I would go, that's very interesting. But equally, whenever I thought it was going to do something really clever, it wouldn't quite do that. It would miss the mark and pull its punch. So I was kind of in this middling ground with it. Not terrible. Could have been so much better. Has a few surprises in it. I think if you know more than I've told you going in, you're going to enjoy it less because I was carried along by the surprises of the film. I hadn't seen the trailer, and I don't think the trailer gives away what I've avoided giving away. So intriguing, but a bit shallow and a bit stretched. But Sophie Thatcher, really great.
I was intrigued by it, but that's a shame. I'll probably miss it now.
I think
I've
you
heard
can,
your
yeah.
review. But yeah, that's Companion. As always, disappointing films today, George.
Sorry, yeah.
As always, send in your thoughts if you've seen Companion to
They-
hello@pulpkitchenpodcast.com and read them out on a future episode of the show.
They make for quite nifty short reviews, though. So it's handy for us.
What a rail. Whereas when we're gushing about the Bruce list for 30 minutes, it just elongates the episode. Hold on one sec.